welcome to TIL Radio. I am pleased to have with me Thomas Arnosk. So I will be asking him a few questions. So let's go ahead with that. Welcome to the interview, Mr. Arnosk.
Hello, thank you very much for having me.
Right, so I'm sure you're aware that you just got re-elected in what would be known as India's largest election yet. So I just want to know, how did you feel going into that, and how do you feel coming out of it, knowing that you have secured I believe the third term?
Well, when I first went into the election, I was very unsure of the results. All sources were saying that this election was going to be uncalled for. It wasn't like previous elections that we've ever had before. And at some points, it did look like Omar was going to win. But eventually, we could see by the end that I did carry the win. And when leaving and coming out of the election, very happy to spend another 4 months in the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Okay, thank you, and I must apologize to any listeners if there are any background noise. Very noisy. I can't even get quiet here, so yeah, I apologize for that. So next question is, what do you plan for your next 4 months in office? Sir? The question is, what do you have planned for your next 4 months in office? Oh my gosh, I forgot that I had myself muted. Very sorry to the listeners at this point in time. But sir, the question is, what do you have planned for the next 4 months?
Our party's manifesto has just come out. If you haven't seen it yet, then please do look on the Democratic Party of BRI's Twitter. I'm hoping that in the rest of my term, the Prime Minister and I can come to some conclusions about things like giving more rights to the Indian people. I really also want to be able to create more businesses and to try and minimize poverty in a lot of Indian cities in the next 4 months, and I will do my best to do that.
Okay, thank you very much. So, on the topic of economy, what do you have planned up your sleeve, including the Prime Minister, to combat this said poverty?
Oh, wow. Well, we, the Prime Minister and I, are to hopefully discuss some things later on in the week about our ideas for the upcoming 4 terms. But I am assuming that we are going to be looking on introducing more businesses to BRI. Possibly, especially I don't know if you've noticed, but we've just gained a finance. And so I'm really hoping that we can start opening more businesses into BRI business applications and hopefully start to build the economy of BRI.
Okay, thank you. So do you have anything planned in terms of economy, such as like maybe a stock market? Because you do know in real life, and I do know that in BFRN, Bloxburg, France, they do have a stock market open. So do you have anything along those lines planned for the next 4 months?
I am hoping that soon we could get perhaps the Mumbai stock market building being built. in BRI, I am going to see if we can get somebody in BRI to introduce a website, much like there is in BFRN, and I am looking to create a stock market for BRI, but at the moment, that is not our main priority. Our main priority is trying to grow the country and hopefully get more things in, and then we will start building things like a stock market, but one step at a time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it there on the stock market. This is a question that has been wanting to be addressed for a long time, and we finally got the answer from the president himself. So let me just get the next question here for you, and that would be, how many legislative sessions in the Los Saba do you plan for the next 4 months?
Right. Well, every month, I'm planning on getting at least one, but maybe two, or if we're lucky, three. So I'm looking at around 8 Lok Sabbath sessions in the next 4 months, and I'm hoping to try and make our government a bit more active and try one every sort of 15 days, so sort of twice a month, and that does allow people to be able to start creating bills, start thinking of things, but you don't want too many, otherwise people will sort of run out of good ideas or laws that they can propose to the Lok Sabha, and eventually the meetings will be so short that they will be sort of pointless. Yeah.
Okay, so recently the National Bureau of Statistics has shown BRI on an upwards trajectory in terms of population growth. So what do you have planned up your sleeve, including any other government member really, to keep this upward trajectory?
Well, yes, as I said before, I'm planning on trying to increase BRI, and I think that we can do this one step at a time. But currently, I'm yet to talk to the Prime Minister. I'm looking forward to a talk, hopefully this week, as I said. But I'm sure that we'll talk about all these topics. I am noting them down as we speak about them now, so that I can talk to the Prime Minister about them.
Alright, sir. So, we've covered a numerous amount of topics, but I'd like to touch into some controversial topics, such as, BUSA, BUK, and a lot of those other countries. Recently, the BFIS, or the Bloxburg French Intelligence Agency, opened up an investigation on a secret society called the Owl Society, and they're known to be kind of unprofessional, and one of the BUSA Herald members was said to even be a member of the secret society. Excuse me on that. And the Prime Minister came out with a statement and said that BRI does not recognize the Owl Society. So what are your thoughts on the Owl Society, and would you recognize them in the future if they just humble their operations down, or will they remain unrecognized and shamed by the BRI forever?
Well, yes, I don't think that we are ever going to truly recognise them. They've been very unprofessional, and especially for those countries that they do have members in. I understand that a couple of countries have members in it for reasons such as agents, basically. But I also think saying for things like countries or things like the USA Herald that well, when you're on a screen the whole time, when you're on Twitter, you can't really talk to people like you can in real life and notice that they're doing these sorts of things. So people who are supposed to be looking after people and making sure that they aren't doing this, it's very hard for them. So I'm not blaming people. Like, a lot of people have been blaming Adam Carlson for things like, oh, it shouldn't have come to this. She shouldn't be in the Owl Society. It's not Adam Carlson's fault at all. I'm sure that it's totally possible that somebody in BRI could be involved in this, and I could not notice. So I don't think you can point the finger at anybody to blame. But I'm really hoping that this does move on, because it's an extremely unprofessional community, and it's messing up the community a lot.